So I still a lot of work to be done, but I don't have any question that if we won another game or two, that I'd still be the head football coach here at Purdue.
Danny, when was the very first time, and I think I know this answer, let me ask it this way. You felt after the 2010 season that you were on the hot seat?
No question.
How hard is it to coach on the hot seat?
It's very difficult when, you can't have the support of your fan base if you don't have the support of your athletic administration. And for me to be on the hot seat based on the injury status that we had and some of the medical mendacity that we had to endure, to me, wasn't fair, and it was very misleading. I thought those kids played their hearts out. It was very unfortunate that we had the injuries that we had, but there were a lot of struggles with dialogue and diagnosis and prognosis, and again, the loyalty did not go to the head coach at that point in time. I was placed on the hot seat.
You decided, and this is a chance to explain, you decided to attend the bowl game.
Sure did.
Yeah,
sure did.
I asked this first, why did you decide to attend?
Well, I wanted to see those guys play. I wanted to see my players play.
Yeah.
We had a great football family.
Yeah.
I was surprised that there were some people that were critical of that. It wasn't an easy thing to do, okay, to go sit in the stands with the fans. But if my son would have been out there playing, I would have been in the stands watching him play regardless. And we were a football family, and my players were like my sons. But I was surprised that there were some people that were critical of that. I guess I should have checked with Brian Newbert, okay, before I made that decision. But I was proud to be there at a January 1 bowl game with the Boilermakers. So disappointed, in their performance. That was very disappointing. It obviously shows you the importance of having your leader there, someone there to get you ready to play. Because I thought they grossly underperformed. But I told my wife I was going to the bowl game, and she said, "Why would you do that?" And I told some of my friends and some of my comrades, "Why would you do that?" And I said, "Because that's my guys playing. I'm going to go there and watch them play." And I think it meant something to them too. I really do.
And that's part of it, Danny. You got to speak to him in the locker room.
Just briefly.
Briefly.
Right.
It was brief, but what was that? What did that mean?
Well, if I had gone there, I didn't know how that would go over. I left a couple days after the IU game, and got out of town for a while. I just, I think that was my best decision, maybe the best decision of my life. But I went over to the hotel after a curfew and met with the coaching staff. The first time I'd seen them since the IU game. And they invited me to the locker room. They said the kids would want you there. They would go crazy to see you. So when they told me that, I said, well, I'm going to go in there and say hello and wish them luck. So I kind of laid low, and then I was able to stop by the locker room and wish them well and wish them luck, and told them how proud I was that they were there, and expected to see them win. But it was very, very brief. It probably wasn't in there but a minute at the most. There's been other former Boilermakers in the past that have stopped by the locker room before the game, former players and former coaches. I didn't do anything wrong while I was here at Purdue, and I would assume that in that particular situation that I will always be welcome in that locker room.
A couple things here, Danny. Can I go back, and it was in your one of your opening comments to me. You waited a couple of months. You said you were mad.
And disappointed.
And disappointed.
Hey, let me tell you, it ain't all been bad.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, some of this has been a blessing in disguise.
Can I ask why?
Well, it's the best I've eaten. It's the best I've slept. It's the most I've exercised. It's the best I have felt in probably 10 years. I didn't do anything but work for 10 years, 80 to 100 hours a week. It's given me a chance to work on some health issues, physical health, spiritual health, mental health. Right now, I'm living way out in the woods. I don't have internet access. I don't read a newspaper.
Yeah.
It's tough to get cell phone. You know that when as you and I have tried to connect.
Yeah.